Hey, this hour has 6 minutes, part two, so I guess it's actually 12. What are you doing now? I'm just thinking about John the Baptist of old days in ancient history, and he said some key things before Jesus Christ the Lord came. But one of the things I remember said about him, John the Baptist, that he said was since the days of John the Baptist, this is years ago, 2,000 plus years ago, the kingdom of heaven has been taken by violence, and the violent take it by force. Now, I'm not talking about a B&E down at the local 7-Eleven taking it by violence. I'm talking about the kingdom of heaven. So subject yourself to this verse for a minute to think about your history and my life, more kind of eloquently equipped to nowadays. But what do you do about violent things? And that's always a question, right? And some people in their Christian belief, I suppose, have a pacifist view. They don't like violence, they don't afford it, they stay away from it, and they'll even go down to it if confronted by it, and they become a martyr almost, right? And well, of course, you always forgive people, that's the goal. But what to do and how to handle situations. Some people feel your home is worth fighting for, defending your home, right in your own household, but also in homeland security, country to country, right? So it has to be interpreted by the individual. You got to decide what you believe. Are you a pacifist that won't take up arms in any situation? Or are you someone that would defend your country and your own person, I suppose? I think you know what I believe. I mean, you've followed my timeline and media here for a few years. You've kind of seen my color of things. I won't say it. One thing I will say, though, KYANI products, another little short ad quip. This is the extreme version. You put it under your tongue, and it gives you brain function capacity. It's kind of like the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro. It's a good movie, I suppose, in my mind. And it's showing this guy that he's got this multiple capability function brain capacity. He's able to do many things, consider many options, look at multiple scenarios, and determine best judgments and good things as he goes forward. KYANI will do that kind of thing. It's not drugs, it's a nutrition product. It increases your capacity of your brain function. Gets the blood flowing, oxygen, all of it into your cardiovascular system. Good product. I just love the stuff. Got to order more. I'm out. And I got to get going in that direction again. More of it, new. But I just got a call from Mirafel, the leader of Canada of that product, today on Messenger. So that was good. Just equipped more with that. Like to stay connected with people, and it's good. And that is a blessing of God, I suppose, is connecting with friends and staying connected and feeling connected as you do it, not forlorn. Another good book you might want to look at, and maybe this is Robert De Niro that needs to read this. I don't know. I think he's a pretty good guy, though. What It Takes to Be Number One by Vince Lombardi. And this is a longtime winning coach a number of years ago of the Green Bay Packer football team in an era when there was dynasties and things weren't so ultra competitive across the board the way they are nowadays, that a winner one year won't usually doesn't win the next year, and it might be 20 years before they do again. There was dynasties in many sports, football and hockey to name a few, and guys would win the cup 3-4 years in a row. Interesting book. You'll learn a lot about character in this book if you don't know. I don't mean, haha, that funny character. I mean the discipline of character, how to get things done, stay on top of your thing you're doing, your game, I suppose, or your eternity focus in the side of our Good Samaritan Pro, always knowing what your belief is every day, staying strong in it. And just one good concern about your job or another when things come up and weird situations pop in from wherever, so that's how it goes. So that's a good one. I invite you to come back next week I got one more third of this. This hour has 6 minutes version, but come back next week and we'll be talking part 2 of edition 2 of the barbecue show, Free Enterprise Business Chronicles, Free Enterprise Business Editions. And I'm going to go through my journey, a little personal, some of the things I did to get where I am today, and be rock solid in faith and belief in Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's the Good Samaritan Pro coming out of me. I'm talking just connections consulting and my overall life to stay steady on the track with entrepreneur business when challenges come up. And, doors aren't always opened easily. And then eventually they do. They're afforded to you by your strong determination of things. So go from there. Have a good night. We'll be back with part 2 of this video in a minute. Part 3, rather.